Everybody's been talking about her, and we will too. Kim Cheadle, the director of the Secret Service, an acolyte potentially of Dick Cheney, and a friend of Jill Biden. Now, let's talk about her. She used to work for Dick Cheney. I'm not a fan of Dick Cheney. There she is, protecting Dick Cheney. So what's the significance of that? I think it's very, very significant. Because this is what Dick Cheney thinks of Donald Trump.
In our nation's 246-year history, there has never been an individual who is a greater threat to our republic than Donald Trump.
An individual. He didn't say American. He didn't say political figure. He didn't say president. He said individual. There are a lot of individuals who have lived. Emperor Hirohito. Hate to say it, Adolf Hitler. Donald Trump is a threat. This is the kind of dangerous rhetoric, inciting rhetoric. And I want to know what kind of conversations he had with Kim Cheadle. What did they talk about? When? Because, well, that looks like a long time ago, right? Back when he was vice president. So it's, what, 15, 20 years ago? It's still very relevant because we believe they kept in touch. I actually have proof that says as much. And remember Liz Cheney? Donald Trump cannot be president of the United States. Watch her. She never says we have to beat Donald Trump. She says we have to stop him.
Donald Trump should never, ever be allowed to serve as president again.
And I think there's no question. I mean, a man as dangerous as Donald Trump can absolutely never be anywhere near the Oval Office ever again.
I feel confident that he will never be president again.
Yeah. It goes on from there. She has called him a clear and present danger. We have more of this. We have actually hours of it, but that gives you a taste. And she wasn't the only one. This is Judge Ludig, who is still very big in establishment Republican circles, especially for all the work he did for them on this January 6th nonsense. Take a look.
Donald Trump and his allies and supporters are a clear and present danger to American democracy.
The first time I heard that, and quite frankly ever since, I just thought he was weird with the pause. Now I realize he understood the gravity of what he was saying, the signal that he was sending, perhaps to our own government, that it is okay to take out the clear and present danger. Clear and present danger has a specific meaning. It's not just a book. Tom Clancy book, right? Clear and present danger. It sounds dramatic. It sounds impressive. The movie by the same title, Clear and Present Danger, that must mean a really bad danger. It actually means something, specific, that you can break the law to stop the danger. Clear and present danger, a risk or threat to safety, one that justifies limitation of a right. And there are other definitions of this, legal. You can go back. There's all sorts of case law from World War I in the Supreme Court. You can break the law to stop the threat. And that's what I think they've convinced themselves, right? Donald Trump is a threat, a domestic terror threat. You know, we all love it, right, when we see people taking the oath of office, whether it's for president, the military, or whatever. I want to show you that oath. This is important, folks. Every person in the government takes this oath. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith, you get that part, against all enemies, foreign and domestic, against all enemies, foreign and domestic. They have convinced themselves that Donald Trump is a domestic terror threat. What is the name of Liz Cheney's book? Oath and Honor. What oath is she talking about? The one that you just saw. And in her book, she talks about her very close relationship with the Secret Service. During the Select Committee's meeting on October 13th, 2022, we also showed the public a number of the newly obtained Secret Service documents. These bore directly upon the depravity of Donald Trump's actions on January 6th, proving that those in the White House knew there was a substantial risk. For more than 7 years, while my dad was vice president, I was a Secret Service protectee. The brave, patriotic, and professional men and women of the Secret Service had kept my family and me safe. I have stayed in touch with many of them for nearly 20 years. And throughout all this January 6th stuff, she's getting information. She says in her book, from the Secret Service that she believes is damaging to President Trump. And maybe the Secret Service believes that as well. Remember her father, Dick Cheney. Remember the stuff that he said. Remember his association with Kimberly Cheadle, all right? Where is Kimberly Cheadle now? She is the evasive, weird director of the Secret Service, and she is running away. The Cheneys are people who lied. They invented weapons of mass destruction to justify a war. How far would they go to stop President Trump? Now, this is This is interesting. This is interesting information. And Liz Cheney needs to be brought in for questioning by the authorities immediately. And the same for her old man. I'll be right back.